Hello and welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name is Matt Gleed. Today we're going to be going through our live body conditioning workout. We have 3 rounds of exercises. Each round we'll do twice, which means that you can practice the exercises and then perfect them during the workout as well. So if you're all ready to get started, you won't need any equipment today, maybe a mat just to make you feel comfortable. What we're going to do to begin with is just get you to march on the spot, lifting your knees up nice and high. And as you start to lift your knee up nice and high, just starting to create a little bit of mobility from the hips, the knees and the ankles, all the way through from the shoulders and your elbows as well. Now just start to push off the forefoot. And as you push off this forefoot, just bring your knee up a little bit higher. Now the benefit of doing this is just going to prepare your body for the workout that we're going to be going through as well. Lifting those knees up nice and high, reaching your hand up to around about the shoulder to chest as well. Now what we're going to do is take you into a little half squat. So lower your hips down towards the floor and then bring yourself back up again. It doesn't have to be too deep to begin with. All we're looking to do again is just to get your body prepared for the workout that's going to be coming ahead. We do have some jumping jacks, some squats, all coming up in our first round of exercise. So we just want to prepare you for the workout we're going to do. And what we're going to do is a side lunge. So slightly over to one side, taking a large step over to one side, bring your feet together, just giving that little bit of a deeper squat this time, and then we'll lunge over to the opposite side, a little bit of a deeper squat here as well. So you're starting to feel a little bit of a stretch through the legs, and as you take that large step, then just take yourself into a little bit of a squat again. Let's see if we can take that squat just a little bit lower this time, and as you start to do these now, you start to see if you can find that really quite a deep, narrow squat, just so that it will help you prepare for a little bit of the movements that we're going to be coming up with. So the last one here, good. And what we're going to do is imagine you've got a skipping rope. So grab it into your hands and just push off the floor. What we're looking to do here is to get your heart rates up a little bit higher now, and also to help you push off the floor, because I've got the option of you guys doing a few jumping exercises coming up in today's workout as well. Good. Now scissor the feet forwards and backwards, just so that way then we'll start to get you used to changing the weight distribution between your feet. What if we take the legs wide and narrow? Just think that beginning of the jumping jack. Lots of little hints here about what's going to be coming up in our workout as well. Okay, check those out. Let's do a little punch combination. So with one foot forward, we're going to go jab, cross, jab. We're going to jump 180 degrees, jab, cross, jab, jump 180 degrees, jab, cross, jab. Yeah. Now as you start to throw these, what's going to happen is you're going to start to be able to transfer the weight from your feet a little bit, and also start to prepare your shoulders, and in particular your chest and your back muscles as well. So these are all going to be used because we've actually got a shoulder press up that we're going to be working on today as well. Okay, last ones. You're going to throw those hands out, round about head height. Okay, shake yourself up. Let's just take yourself into a little bit of a squat and push off the floor, just so we can start to get a little bit of spring into your legs. So lower your hips down towards your heels, push yourself off by extending up through your hips. And you can see I'm just pushing my arms backwards as my hips come forwards. Just that way then we can start to get into this dynamic position, ready for the last part, which is going to be reverse lunges. So taking a large step backwards, get a nice stretch on the front of the hip flexor, step back up again, and then alternate through to the opposite side, and then come back to the center. Each time that you take yourself into this lunge, you're going to notice that I'm just having a little bit of a lean backwards. And that will just help create a little bit of a stretch on the hip flexor, just to help me get into a little bit more length into the hip flexor, especially as I'm going to be going down onto the floor and doing some glute bridges as well. Good, lean yourself back. Excellent. Then you shake yourself up. Just open up the chest nice and wide. So think about reaching diagonally across your body. Nice big opening up the shoulders here. Good, loosen yourself up. Okay, let me take you through the first 3 exercises. The first one's going to be jumping jacks for around about 5 seconds. And then we're going to go for 2 deep squats. Then the second exercise is going to be a squat jump with rotation. So your hands are going to go to the side of your head. Squat down and push yourself up as you rotate. They're called prisoner squats, and we're going to do 45 seconds of each of those. Then we're going to go down to the floor, going into a shoulder press as well. So let's start the first exercise, jumping jacks. So taking your arms out nice and wide, And then the heart rate's coming up. I'm just doing about 5 seconds of those. 2 deep squats here. Good, let's go again. So about 5 seconds of jumping jacks. And then 2 nice deep squats. Each time trying to lower the hips all the way down so you get that nice big range of movement as well. Good. Nice deep position here. Good. With 15 seconds to go, you should start to feel like the heart rate's coming up slightly. And then lower your legs down towards the floor so you can start to activate for these muscles. So one more time. Okay, last 2 squats. Good, okay. Now, turning sideways, hands to the side of your head. You're going to squat, push off the floor, and over to the opposite side, okay? That's going to be our prisoner squat. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds, then we're down onto the floor. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Squat down, push off the floor, and rotate around from one side to the other. Try and create some height in that jump. So even from the deep squat position, push yourself off the floor, and then over to the opposite side. Just keep that power. So try and get athletic in this movement. From a low position, push off the floor in one dynamic movement, over to the opposite side. But just over 20 seconds of these come. And if you need a slightly easier option, just do a squat and walk your feet round. Squat, walk your feet round. Now the benefit of still walking your feet round to the opposite side would be that you're still getting your feet more active and working on your ankle mobility as well, which is great. Okay, let's take it down to the floor. A shoulder press position. Hands down on the floor, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up nice and high, head comes in between the hands, and you lower yourself down and push yourself away. Okay, 45 seconds. We're trying to keep the legs straight with this movement. Think about lowering your head in between your hands, and then be strong as you push yourself out of that position. Really strong position, push your hands. Always think about pushing through the floor, and that will help keep you in a really strong position. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears, so your shoulder blades are back and down the whole time. Yeah, just over 10 seconds to go. As strong as you push yourself through here. Good. One more, and relax there. Okay. Let's take you through those again. So the jumping jacks is the first exercise. Let's make the arms bigger so we can push the heart rates up even more. Okay? When you're doing these ones, try to create as much range of movement as you can so it can challenge you a little bit further as well. Let's go for this. So arms come all the way up above the head. And again, what we're trying to do is to push your fitness here. It's a really great way of combining what we call a peripheral heart action. So we're going to improve your fitness by getting you to work high energy and then work some strength as well. And we're starting to work from upper body to lower body as well. Okay, let's get those deep squats in here. We did a few too many of those. I was getting carried away, creating a little bit of science chat for you. Let's take those 5 seconds of jumping jacks, then into those 2 deep squats again. So lower your hips down, keep that strength working. Let's go. And again. Let's get those couple of squats in just to finish off with. And then we'll go around on this 180-degree squat jump. So rotating around, try and keep your elbows out to the side of your body. Try not to let your body collapse forwards. Starting in 5 seconds, hands up, elbows back, feet shoulder width apart, let's squat, push off the floor as you rotate. Now try and keep the eyes looking straight ahead. That way then your spine doesn't start to round too much. We're trying to keep you in a really strong position. Push off the floor. Now in midair, think about squeezing your bum cheeks and then land into a nice flex knee position. That'd be great. Good work. Keep pushing yourself off the floor, keep it strong. Good. Just over 10 seconds of work to go. Stay with me if you can. I know it's hard, but you've got to do as much work as you can. Now get the heart rates up. Especially as we're about to go down to the floor and work on the upper body. Okay, shake that here. Let's take it down to the floor. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to get you up into a nice tall position and give you a second again. Okay, we're good to go. Bring yourself up nice and high. And here we go. Lower your arms so that your head comes down towards the floor. and then push you out of that position again. A nice strong movement. Good work. Good. So it's all about strength work here. Now because your heart rates are high on the jumping jacks and the squat jacks and all those jumps, what's going to happen is it's going to feel challenging on your body, but you do have the strength to get through it. You do have an option of just taking it into a traditional press up, and that can be on the hands and your feet, or you could even take it down to your knees if you really needed to. So the last one here, and push out of that position, right down. Okay, our next exercise is a lateral bear core. We're going to place your hands and your feet down onto the floor, and we're going to travel sideways and then come back in. Now if you don't have much room, you're going to pick this option where you just literally travel from side to side. I'll get a bit of an angle so you can see me travel a bit further. Good. Move yourself back again. Okay, so that's the range that we're looking for. Let's keep working. Hand and leg from the right side, then the left side, and then transfer over. Trying to keep your knees underneath your hips and your spine nice and straight as well. So keep looking down towards the floor. It's almost like trying to keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Eyes looking in between a gap in between the hands. Keep yourself moving. You want to try and keep your back flat, but think about keeping the knees and the hips down low. Let's take a lie down on your backs. What we're going to do, flatten yourself down. From here, you're going to go into that glute bridge where you push your hips up and then lower yourself back down, okay? If you want to, you can dig your heels into the floor on this one. So let's go for it. Each time, we flatten the spine into the floor and then fully extend the hips. So if at any time your mind starts to wander away from this exercise, just focus on one thing for me. It would be squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement so your hips are fully extended. And if your hips are fully extended, that squeeze on the butt cheeks is going to naturally start to happen a little bit easier. This is one of the safest exercises you can do to strengthen up your lower back, and a really easy one as well. They're very popular in gyms where people are lifting weights when they're doing this movement, and that's great. But sometimes they're losing that full extension at the top. There's a really good preparation exercise for that before you start to load it. Okay, so turn onto your front. We're going to get you into a press-up position. What we're going to do is we're going to have a go at lifting one hand, tapping the shoulder, replacing it, and then over to your opposite side. So what you're looking to do is hold a press-up position and a shoulder tap from one side over to the other. Now bring your shoulder blades back and down. Keep a really strong position. Think about squeezing your quads and your glutes as tight as possible so that you have a minimal shift from side to side. What we don't want to be doing in this position is transferring all of your weight from one shoulder all the way over to the other. It's a core exercise that does work through the arms and through the legs. And I just want to see if you can feel the weight being pushed down into your big toe, especially on the side where the hand's just being lifted off the floor. And quite often, as you lift that hand, you'll notice that big toe being pushed into the floor a little bit more. That's it. Okay. Good work. Bear cores again. I know the arm's getting a little bit tired now, so let's just keep that nice steady movement going. It doesn't have to be quick. It's actually sometimes better to do it slower. Let's get you ready and start to travel. Right side to the left. As much distance as you want to travel. It can be pretty much almost on the spot if you wanted to. Just moving a little bit left and a little bit right, just to help get your muscles really working tightly. And remember, we're trying to keep your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. You're wanting the knees to stay quite low to the floor and your back to stay as straight as possible as well. And that'll keep you in a really strong position as you're working. Do the last 10 seconds. It starts to get hard. You start to fatigue a little bit doing it. It's like this. Okay, relax there. Let's get you onto your back. We're going to go for the glute extension here. So from here, extend the hips up, squeeze the glutes at the bottom, remember. Option is to dig your heels in. And I do have another progression if you'd like it. From here, once you put your hips fully extended, you walk your heel out and then back in again. So now you have your two options. You could just be lifting your hips up and down, or you can keep your hips up and walk your heels forwards and backwards. Now by doing this, you really start to get that integration between your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings and your calves, and they're all starting to work at the same time. It's a really great exercise to challenge people, especially when that control is really important, to try and keep the hips pressed up. The last few here, it's a nice steady walk out. We'll keep pressing those hips up and relax there. Okay, find your shoulder tap again. Really brace through that core as tight as possible, and a nice slow movement lifting you up and back down again. Starting in 5 seconds, let's get you ready. 3, 2, let's go. Minimal shift from side to side, creating that strong position. Now for some of you, you might just be holding a plank. That's absolutely fine as well. I'd rather you be doing something and working hard at whatever level of fitness you've got. That would be the goal. It doesn't matter about all these jumps, it doesn't matter about all these progressions if you're having to stop all the time. So reset, push, strong, and maintain that time under tension. Keeping your muscles working is what's going to make your body stronger, and that'll give you the ability to start having to go at some of these jumps and these really strong progressions as well. And relax there. Good, okay. Last round, team. Next we have a gorilla charge. So what we're going to do is down into a deep squat position, my hands on the inside of my knees. I'm going to reach my arms forward and jump my feet to the outside of my hands. Let's go for 45 seconds and we'll soon be able to see and do exactly what we're doing here. So reach the arms out the front, jump your feet either side. And down to the opposite. So reach the arms as far forward as you can, transfer the weight onto your hands, and when you get to the end, we just rotate you through. Okay, let's keep reaching arms. Out in front, jump your feet in, keep that strong position. Good. Okay, and to the side. Last, just over 5 seconds to go. So we'll finish off this lap. Good, bring yourself from there. Change yourself out. Okay, the next exercise is a speed skater. So standing up, a dynamic movement from side to side, a bit like the side lunges within your warm-up in a dynamic way. You have the option as you jump over, your foot tapping onto the floor, or if you wanted to, keep the foot slightly off the floor as well. Now, try and keep yourself fairly low. So that way then you really start to push right onto the outside of your hips. It's a great way of toning up those muscles a little bit more, but also challenges you a bit of stability as well, which is really good. Nice big movement. Push yourself as much as possible. The bigger range of movement is a better range of movement in this exercise, as long as you're keeping control. If you can't control what it is you're doing, it's like a car going 100 miles an hour. You just need to make subtle adjustments on the steering wheel just to keep you in that straight pathway. Last one. Good, shut down. Okay, next up, we're going to run on the spot for about 5 seconds, and then it's going to be 2 burpees. Okay, I'll give you an easy option of the burpee, which would be to step out, step in, and stand up, or you can come with me with a jump if you'd like to as well. Let's get running on the spot. It's about 5 seconds of running on the spot with high knees. That's the focus here. And then the jumps out, in, and up again. Okay, let's get you running on the spot. Now, driving your hands from around about pocket height to in front of your chin would be a really good way of thinking about getting those running positions to be a little bit stronger. So drive your arms, pocket the chin, and you can see my elbows just going back to the back of my spine to the back of the room a little bit more. Jump out, jump in, jump up. Let's go again. Good, let's get running on that spot. Drive your knees, drive your arms, and then 2 burpees. We go out in and up, nice quick movement, and relax there. Okay, gorilla charge coming up. Let's get you ready. Big reach forwards, jump your feet just outside of your hands. Let's go. Reach those arms out in front, jump your feet in tight, get to the end and let's rotate. So reaching the arms, weight goes into the hands, and then bring your feet either side and rotate yourself around again. Really try and get as much range as you can. Good work. It's over halfway on these. Now I know these start to burn. Everyone finds these difficult, especially if they're doing them right. If you're staying in this low position, it's a tough exercise. Especially if you almost jump into this really contracted muscle as well. Last 10 seconds, hang in there. And relax there. Okay, the next exercise is going to be our speed skaters. A dynamic movement from side to side. Woo. Let's get you ready for it. Try and stay low if you can. Use your arms as you transfer your weight from side to side. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Driving from side to side. The bigger the range of movement, the better here. So try and create as much space as possible. If you need to, you can bring that foot in. That would be fine. If you can, just hold that very micro moment of that little bit of instability. That will help you. Good. Push yourself up. Keep it strong. Get in and get out of that position. 20 seconds of work to go. Let's see if we can push your speed up a little bit more. Time to really start to increase your heart rate. Hit some of the calorie burning. After this, we've got the high knees and the burpees. It's going to give you a real good heart rate high, which means that you're going to be working that little bit more, challenging your breathing. Okay, relax there. High knees to burpees to finish. Then I've got you with a few cool down stretches, so you'll be fine. Let's get you ready. 5 seconds, high knee run. Driving the arms, that's what I'm looking for, that arm action. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, let's go. 2 burpees. Jumping out, jumping in, and jumping up. Woo. Let's get going. Oh, good. Try those knees again. Focus on driving that arms from your pocket to your chin. Jumping in, out, and up. Let's go again. Good. Drive those arms. Keep the speed coming. We've got just over 15 seconds of work to go. And then it's just the cool down stretches. So do as much as you can. Good, let's go. Drive your arms. And the burpees. Do one more burpee and then you're done. Oh, okay. Loosen yourself up a little bit. Well done. We're just going to let your breathing come back to you. Take your hands behind you. Lift your chin and chest tall. Bring your shoulder blades and your elbows back and down. Lift up high. Just experience what it's like to get some of your breath to come back to you. Good work, guys. Really good. Let's shake that out. Okay, let's take it down to the floor. We're going to do a couple of up dogs and down dogs. So push your hips up into the air. Heels go towards the floor. I don't mind if your heels are touching or not. If you find any tension or tightness in your hamstrings, have a slight bend in your knee. Try and bring your chest towards your knees. Okay, now slowly transfer your weight forward. You rest the knees on the floor, take the toes away, and lift yourself up high in an up dog position. Tuck the toes over, down facing dog again. Holding that stretch, try to walk your heels a little bit. And also help stretch your calves a little bit more as well. Okay. From here, then to up dog again. This time I'm going to choose not to put my knees on the floor. I'm just going to hold myself up. But feel free to put the knees on the floor if you need to. That makes it a little bit more comfortable for you, that's fine. Okay, push through your hands into down facing dog again. Now bring one foot up to where your hand is. Push the back heel away and reach yourself up. Get a really nice stretch across your body. Lifting up nice and slow. Good. Bring your hand down, just on the inside of the foot. Step back to down facing dog again. And alternate the foot up towards the opposite side. Again, reach your hand high. Push the back heel away. And try and lengthen through the fingertips. Creating distance between the hand that's on the floor all the way through to the fingertips, reaching for the ceiling. And bring the hand back inside. And bring yourself down into a kneeling position. Dropping the hips towards your heels. Just have a little think about walking your hands forward slightly, just through your fingertips. Let's work the hands over to one side, so just getting a stretch down to the side of the back a little bit more. Then back to the centre, over towards the opposite side. Again, this way you start to feel a stretch down the side of the body as you rotate round to the side a little bit. And back to the centre. Let's take it down onto your bum. And what we're going to do is take a stretch through your thigh. So one foot is going to come over the top of your thigh. Bring that knee in towards you. And think about pushing through your hands so your chest comes closer towards your ankle. From there you get a really nice deep stretch through the glutes. And slowly swap those feet over. Go to the opposite side. Then again, pushing your chest towards your thigh. You get a nice deep stretch all the way through the side of the glutes. And just on the outside of your thigh as well. Good. And then slowly release that. Let's bring up to a standing position. Just rolling up your spine. Loosen yourself up. Let's take into a standing quad stretch. So what you do is pick a point on the, maybe it would be the screen or something just in front of you. Take one foot into the palm of your hands. Bring your knees together. Have a slight bend in the standing foot. And think about pushing your foot into the palm of your hand. While you're there, think about trying to open up the hip, just like you did in that hip and move wrist that we did earlier. Shake that out, swap it over to the opposite side. Same thing again, extend through the hip, push the foot into the palm of your hand, standing nice and tall, just that slight bend in the standing foot. Just release that. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Matt, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday or next Thursday at 7:45 in the morning, 12 o'clock midday, and 5 o'clock in the evening. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.